Okay, welcome to LRC, the league. We are at round 2 at Mount Panorama. I am joined by my co-commentators Toasty and Alain. How are you two doing today?
Yeah, doing all right overall. Unfortunately, not able to race tonight in the group threes, but I'm excited to see how these races are gonna play out. Of course, the first time here, with the league at LRC, so should be pretty eventful.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm super excited for today's race. We got a number of changes in the driver lineup and the team lineups so far, and then we're introducing our first sprint race tonight. It's a lot of new things, so let's dive right into it. Wonka, what do you want to talk about first?
So let's go over quickly the current standings from round 1. So uh, we had the provisional results from the end of the broadcast from round 1 last week, but due to some penalties and other adjustments, there have been some rearrangement of the scores. So right now we are showing the driver standings for the GR4 class. So Sir Hames maintains his first position with 20 points. We have Nasty in second with 18, Bishop in third with 15 points. Token Timmy and Trackhead rounding out the top 5. Then we have Ads, Motsky, Lamb King, Racer X, Dinosaur in 10th, Rogue, Nipra in 11th, Bryn in 12th, and Killapros in 13 with 2 points. Then we have Booster Seat, Low Jacob, and Beto. Beto will be joining us today as a substitute for, I believe, Bryn for VRR Racing. And in the team, Hopeless says, sad to miss a CrowdStrike Lexus entry tonight in GR3. Will Toasty commentate GR3 then? Oh no, so I think we have a substitute for Toasty in the GR3 class.
Yeah, Mr. Poole has agreed to take my car out tonight to to Australia, so we'll
That's right, yeah.
we'll still have both cars in both races. So, um,
Yeah, people will
yeah.
be substituting for Toasty tonight in the GR3 class, excuse me.
Are you going to
And
commentate for the next race, though, Toasty?
I could do that. Yeah,
yeah, we would love to have you.
nice.
So the team standings for the GR4 class, we got Hoonigan Honey's Racing, Mazda in the lead at 27 points. Maelstrom Motorsports Nismo in second with 22, just 5 points behind. Bahamut Subaru tied with Shinra Electric Power Company Toyota for third place. Avanti Corsa Honda in fifth with 18. CrowdStrike Racing in sixth. And Vet Intimidator Racing in seventh place. And finally, the overall standings for the team, which include results from both the GR4 class and the GR3 class. We have HHR Racing again in the lead with 53 points. 7 points behind, we have Avanti Corsa Honda. And third, we have Maelstrom Motorsports Nismo Nissan. So CrowdStrike Racing is in fourth. Shinra Electric Power Company is right behind CrowdStrike with by 1 point. Bahamut Subaru in sixth with 25 points, and VRR Racing at seventh with 20 points. So what do you guys think about the standings so far?
I mean, Mazda had an incredible weekend incredible race day last week. They did extremely well in the GR4, Sir Hames taking the win. And then a 4-5 finish, if I remember correctly, in the GR3s. I think tonight they are the team to beat. They've definitely been putting in the rounds practicing. But I'm excited to see little Jacob making his return to the league. He was out last week, and today is his birthday. I wanted to put that out there as soon as I could. And he will be starting on pole in the sprint race, and I know he's eager to go for pole in the feature. So we could have a really strong showing from Jacob tonight.
That's great that he's back. And speaking of announcements, this stream is dedicated to Lolly. I believe Lolly was Flying Disc and Token Timmy's grandmother who recently passed away. So my condolences to you too. I hope everything is going well in the process. All right. So it looks like qualifying is going to get started very, very soon.
All right, here we go then. 10 minutes on the clock.
So what do we expect from qualifying in terms of time? What do you guys think will be the time to beat for pole position today?
I've seen a few 212s floating around during the week in the Group 4 cars. Someone might pull a magic lap out of the hat though and get a 211 pole, but we'll see. Depends on how much people have been hiding their pace, keeping their cards close to their chest, that sort of thing.
And have you guys experienced a lot of that happening in the league? Do you guys do that yourself? What is the reasoning behind hiding your times, and then what kind of advantage do you get from that?
For me, I just approaching it psychologically. I tend to throw it all out in the line. I can see hiding a time, but usually I kind of want to know if I should be chasing more time in a lot of the practice sessions. So to me, it's a purely psychological game. At least that's the angle I approach it. If I do think it is a massive shock when you're in your qualifying and think, okay, like this is what I think is going to be pole time, and then someone drops a lap time a whole second faster. That definitely rattles you going into a race.
Yeah, most certainly. Psychological warfare is definitely a tactic that is very effective in racing, in my opinion. Especially, like you said, when you expect that no one can beat a certain time, or a time is very, very difficult to achieve, and then all of a sudden one of your competitors smashes it by a minute, or not a minute, by a second, it kind of deflates your hopes and expectations going into the race for sure.
Yeah, with GT7, with its settings of all of these drivers practice in very different ways. Some use custom races, time trials, others use lobbies. Even if there's like a smashing lap time out in the Discord or just kind of announced, there's always like a little bit of speculation of like, did you really set it in what you're going to be racing in, or track conditions a factor? So you can keep those fears at bay by kind of assuring yourself that maybe it was a one-off. And I think we've seen in season 1 and the first couple races so far, both in 3 and 4, that a fast lap time is just one part of the puzzle over the entire race day. But again, the psychological factor is the hidden puzzle piece that I don't think a lot of people recognize until maybe around 2 or 3. But we'll see how it comes into play right now. There's already quite a bit of traffic going up into the mountain, and again, like leaning into that psychological factor, you can only put that. Already an incident in the mountain.
Incident there, yeah. Looks like Ads got into the tail end of Rogue Dnieper there, going through Frog Hollow. It's a very, very tight section of the track, very difficult to pass, and looks like he just simply didn't have enough space there with the extra pace that he had relative to Rogue.
Yeah, little Jacob also involved there, had to take the car back to the pits.
And it looks like Token Timmy's got damage. I'm not sure from that particular incident, but he's got damage on the front right as well.
So with only 6 minutes on the clock, just again going into that headspace discussion, it's, even if you have that pace in hand, it's putting yourself in the right position and fortunately keeping out of harm's way to make sure you can deliver that lap time. And we're already seeing that. I know Jacob is a strong contender for pole tonight, he most likely has damage, and he'll either have to adjust his fuel burning strategy if he was kind of relying on that. He might have already exited to the pits to just instantly repair that damage and get back out. And of course, all of these drivers are in a chat together. You know, tempers might be a little flared right now, or maybe you just brushed it off and like, don't worry about it. We still have an hour and a half of racing to go. Let's head down and carry on.
Yeah, so Hubble Sphere really made a good point in chat that looks like there's a headwind going down Conrad Strait, so the lap times aren't going to be as fast as when the wind is in the opposite direction alongside the direction of the cars going down Conrad Strait. So that headwind is gonna knock the lap time down maybe like a half a second or so. So depending on what the lap times the GR3 class were making in their practices, it might be less as fast today in particular. So Sir Hames takes the #1 position so far with a 2:13.8, and Dinosaur in second, about 3.5 seconds behind. So not many people had a very good first clean lap. And we'll see better times come in as the session continues. But the soft tires really go quickly here at Mount Panorama, so you'll really only have one or maybe 2 hot laps before you have to go into the pit and restart the cycle.
Looks like Ads is on a good representative lap right now. He's coming through the chase at the moment. 1 corner to go, and he's within 2 seconds of Sir Hames' time at the moment.
Yeah, so Ads jumps up into second place. Really getting comfortable with the controller as of recently. Unfortunately, his wheel is still out of commission, but he's doing well with the controller. He's picked it up from round 1, and now I think he's definitely gonna contend for the podium around Mount Panorama today.
So Dinosaur coming into the pits there. It's going to be pretty close whether he can get an outlap done.
And then 32 Nasty splits. Oh, there is Little Jacob's pole time, 2:13.4. Just as Little 2 Nasty splits Sir Hames and Racer X. Or sorry, not splits, but just behind Sir Hames. Bishop about to complete his first official lap time. Pops up in the 6th.
So outside the top 10, we have Token Timmy in 11th. Rogue Nipra, and he gets getting squirrely there. Almost touches
he
the
got
wall.
some damage.
Oh yeah, he did get some damage. I cut like just before he hit the wall. So his lap will be affected, unfortunately. Rogue Nipra right behind him down the Conrad Strait, also looking to finish a hot lap here. Has been unsuccessful so far.
He might sneak in one more lap, but we'll see.
And we have Beto in 13th right now. He is currently substituting for Bryn, I believe, for VIR Racing. Chuck and Timmy rounding the last corner. Puts in a 220, but doesn't improve his position. Rogue was able to improve, I think, up to 8th.
I think that was Rogue's first official lap. It looks like he might have stayed out due to the damage and opted for some fuel burning, and it paid off for him. 9th place.
Blam King also improving up to 8th place for him.
And Beto crossing the start-finish line right now, jumps up to 10th. So, great job, Beto, for VIR Racing. Anyone else still running their laps?
Yeah, Edge just made it onto Conrad Street. He's got damage on the front right of the car though, so it's gonna slow him down. Like he made up some time over the mountain though. He's still half a second up on his best time.
It looks like he stayed out for the entirety of the pit session based on his tire wear and his fuel.
Stencil says it's going to be a wild ride tonight. I completely agree. All right, so who's coming around the chase
Whoa.
here? Whoa, yeah, we got a little bit of a battle going on.
Yeah, I don't think Racer X is gonna be happy about that. He had Mosky looking on his inside into the chase. A bit of contact there.
So Killpros improves, but he's unable to improve his position, but he did set a faster lap. Let's take a look at the results real quick. All right, so we have Little Jacob in pole with a 2:13.4. Sir Hames in second by just under half a second, and 32 Nasty PSVR in third place. Motsky and Ads round up the top 5, followed by B-Ship, Dinosaur, and Lamb King. Then we got Rogue Nipra in 9th, Beto in 10th, Racer X in 11th, Token Timmy in 12th, and Killer Pros in 13th. So who are we missing right now? I think we're missing...
We're missing Booster Seat, unfortunately. He wasn't able to make this race.
That's right. Those are some valuable points Avanti Courses missing there for the overall and the Team Constructor Championship for GR4.
Yeah, 32 Nasty is a one-man army right now, but with, I believe it was a 3rd place finish last week. He's definitely carrying the flag quite well.
It was 2nd place, wasn't it?
Oh, 2nd place. I'm mistaken,
Place,
yeah.
Okay, so we got today a different race format than last week. We have a sprint shootout before the feature race for the GR4 class. And the sprint shootout will be set up with a reverse championship grid. So I believe the race will be 4 laps. It's going to be not strategic at all. It's just going to be a straight shot. So racing softs most likely for a lot of the cars here. I don't know if anyone will decide to choose to run the mediums, but I think the softs will be the choice. It'll be 4 laps, and then you'll have the grid in running running reverse championship orders. So that will give a lot of the people on the lower side of the leaderboard to score some points for the weekend. Yep.
And it'll be a rolling start as well, so the drivers starting further up the order will have quite a benefit in helping defend up and down the mountain 4 times.
Yeah, it will be quite the show up the mountain and through the mountain with the reverse grid. So hopefully we don't see any incidents, but the amount of traffic that a lot of the runners in the back half of the grid are going to run into is going to be pretty congested. Frankly, I think this will be really great practice for the feature race. So we'll see who can stay patient throughout the sections of this track where it's really difficult to pass and keep their car out of trouble and out of damage as well. So it looks like the grid is currently set. We got Beto starting in first position, Lil Jacob in second, Killer Pros in third, Rogue in fourth, Dinosaur in fifth, Racer X in sixth, Lamb King in seventh, Motsky, Ads, and Token Timmy rounding out the top 10. We got Bishop in 11th, 32 Nasty PSVR in 12th, and Sir Hames in 13th. So it looks like Dinosaur and Racer X, the two CrowdStrike cars, are going to be starting next to each other, and then Ads and Token Timmy are the two Maelstrom cars going to be starting next to each other. So they both have to be very careful with going through the S's and Sector 2 in general with their teammates in order to avoid any potential catastrophic incidents.
Yeah, anything that results in a red flag, basically. We have them to use them, but at the same time, we don't want to use them. No virtual safety cars, of course, in the sprint race either.
Yeah, that's right. So there's no opportunity to catch back up to the pack and have it restart. So if you have an accident here, it's pretty much your entire race is done. It's not even worth going back into the pits then, I don't think.
Yeah, there's not enough laps to go around, really.
Yep. So we'll see the main overtaking opportunities at Mount Panorama will be turn 2 after the mountain straight and down the Conrad Straight into the chase. Okay, looks like we're going to start the race shortly. And I'll let Toasty take it away.
Alrighty. It looks like everyone's lined up before turn 23. There are just that many corners on the track. Everyone rolling now. Vito and Lil Jacob get the lights and they're away. So VIR followed by Muhammad and another VIR. Into turn 1. Like Vito has a couple car lengths ahead of Lil Jacob. And along the mountain straight now. Lil Jacob taking a little look on the inside there. Oh, it's more than a look, he's going for it.
Ooh.
taking that inside line. It's very difficult to keep your car around the outside there, and then Vito found that out, unfortunately. The pass made there. So little Jacob in the lead now before they got to the mountain, and now has the advantage. Like a little bit further back, Rogue, Dinosaur, and Racer X all maintain their position. Well, Rogue got offline though, a little into the wall, scraping it there. Dinosaur safely passed. No damage on Rogue's car though. He looks good.
Yeah, and Racer X had a little peak there going into the skyline, but not quite making it work. He had to back out. That was a really good strategic decision by him.
Looked like there might have been an accident at the very end of the grid. Someone's trailing by the main group.
No, Rogue spun it on the outside of the exit of Forest Elbow. Had to wait there for the field to pass.
We got a tight train going into the chase. Looks like the HHR of Sir Hames, Lamb King, and Motsky from Bahamut. Oh, getting side by side with Ads into the chase there. Kind of, I don't know if he ran him off, but it looks like Ads ran out of room there, and then someone is into the barrier. It looked like. Oh no, it was
there was
32
no.
nasty. Oh man.
Yeah, there was a little door-to-door bump there, and if wing mirrors could fall off in this game, I think you'd see a couple flying.
Yeah, he went. Looks like he went off to the left there after the left-hander of the chase.
Little Jacob extending his lead to 4 seconds now, the pole sitter up the mountain, second time. Dinosaur made up a position, he's now in third place.
Sir Hames on a charge though from 13th, already made up 7 places it looks like.
Yeah, he had a big run on Racer X right there, but couldn't go anywhere with it. Has to be patient here over the big hill.
Yeah, you
Showing
can see
excellent
there's
restraint there.
yeah, you can see there's just absolutely no opportunities for overtaking in the skyline, and even through Frog Hollow, Solomon Park, and McPhillamy Park. It's just a tough place to pass.
Oh, incredible read right there. Well done.
Very, very nice.
I saw him going up and down the mountain. He just maintained just a little offline, ready to anticipate any of those little squirrely moves, and it's paid off very well.
Those
Racer X
X taking a
slipstream,
look.
though.
Yeah, he's got the slipstream.
I think he might have made that look a little early though.
Yeah.
He cost him. Went deep and is offline. Looks like Motsky's gonna try around the outside there on the exit. It's the inside line for turn 23. Not able to keep it there, so Racer X maintaining 6th place. Their Hames now up into 4th.
I can hear Dino screaming in his helmet right now. Don't take away his podium. I know he loves those.
So Racer X and Motsky going down side by side down the mountain straight. Racer X got the inside, the advantage in turn 2. Motsky tucks in behind him, but he's got, it looks like Ads right behind him. Eventually looking for an inside, kind of took a peek there into the cutting. But again, it's incredibly difficult to actually find space to make a pass there legally.
Oh, Dinosaur went wide on the outside of Philly Park, I think it's called. Left-hander, fast left-hander before Skyline. Kept it out of any barriers though. Doesn't have any damage on the car. Just a short trip through the grass. But that puts Sir Hames up into 3rd place.
Yeah, Racer X having quite a few moments going down the mountain. Him and Motsky had a little bit of tussle when Motsky lost out 2 places, but Ads is right there ready to pounce going into the straightaway.
Yeah, I think Motsky went a little wide into the dipper and gave Ads there the opportunity to pass him on the inside. The Bishop coming up on Motsky there down the chase. His last lap was a 2:18. Okay, Motsky was a 2:16. It looks like he made up a lot of time this lap. He's definitely getting closer.
Sir Hames now quickly chasing down Vito for 2nd. Put in the fastest lap, 3/10 up to the first timing line there, just using the slipstream of that Corvette.
All right, so Racer X and Ads coming into turn 2 side by side. Oh, and Ads is able to cut in there and take the racing line. I don't think Racer X had enough of an overlap there to justify any sort of entitlement to the corner. Let's see, further down we have Lamb King, about 7 seconds behind Bishop still. Token Timmy and 32 Nasty PSVR making their way up the cutting. Still really close together. 32 looking for a little taking a little peek there on the outside. But again, down Quarry Corner and Frog Hollow, it's just impossible to pass. So you have to just be patient.
Oh, Ad's great overtake there, up into 5th place past Killapros. Again, it's the Dipper catching people out there. He went wide, and Ad's immediately.
See if I catch that on replay. Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, incredible.
Very nice.
Well, Jacobs coming around the last corner now. Picked up some damage somewhere, but managed to stay in front. 8.5 second lead. Across the line, that's a win for him in the sprint.
Sir Hames, though, all the way from the back. Great drive.
Yeah, that is incredible. Around here, 4 laps.
And Beto with the podium finish.
Yeah,
on his
super
debut
sub.
race here. Oh man, there's a tight finish there between Killapros Motsky and Racer X.
Bishop at the very
all
end of
side
that
by
party.
side. Yeah, all side by side there. Token Timmy and Nasty coming up to the line there. Oh man. Token Timmy
Action
just
all the way up
winning
and
out.
down.
Lamb King finishing in 12th and Rogue finishing in 13th. Wow, that was intense. So if that's any indicator of what we're going to see in the race, we're going to see a lot of damage, a lot of people hitting the walls. A lot of strategies are going to have to be modified as they continue the race whenever they pick up damage or anything of the sort happens. All right, so let's take a look at the results one more time. We have Little Jacob in first. Sir Hames in second, Beto with third, Dinosaur with a number 4 finish, Ads in fifth, Killer Pros 6, Smotsky, Racer X, Bishop and Token Timmy rounding out the top 10. We have Nasty in 11th, Lamb King, and Rogue Nipra in 13th. So I'm going to take some time here and put them into our provisional results spreadsheet so we can get some preview of what the results will look like. Okay. So the provisional results now show Sir Ames continues his lead in first place, 28 points. We have Nasty PSVR in second with 18. So Sir Ames is extending his lead. And Bishop taking the third position there with 16th. Now we have a tie between Ads and Token Timmy for fourth. A tie between Dinosaur Motsky and Trackhead for seventh. All Bahamut, or no, not all Bahamut. So it's the Crouch Truck Racing and then the 2 Bahamut drivers. Although Trackhead won't be racing in the GR4 class anymore, so he's been promoted to the GR3 class. We have Little Jacob in 9th, and then Racer X running on top 10. Beto in 11th, tied with Lamb King, Killer Pros, Rogue Nipra, and then Bryn in 3rd. Alan, your Twitch username isn't Hot Gamer Boy 84.
No, that is not my moonlighting name. I've had many handles over the years, but that is not one of them. It looks like we're gonna have that is it a headwind going down the Conrad Strait for the feature race? Dino reset the lobby, and so the weather conditions can change, but it looks like that'll be the main weather feature for the race, unfortunately.
Yeah, a little bit stronger than it was in qualifying too.
So what can we expect for strategies in the GR4 race? Do you guys have any idea what teams will be running in terms of stints and tire compound?
Go ahead, Toasty.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of medium and hard tire stints, and probably some fuel saving as well. How much fuel saving probably depend on how many stops they plan to make, but again, it's a somewhat treacherous track, and BSCs can make a big impact on strategies for sure. So I think everyone has a hope of what they're gonna run, but then traffic and BSCs always change it up.
Yeah, just talking with my drivers, a one stop is definitely possible. Mediums might get you the entire distance, but Toasty's like has the same kind of thinking I have. Is the hards are definitely in play. Just talking with the Shinra drivers, the hards are definitely the better lasting tire, and I feel like they're a little more consistent. But just going through the dipper and down the mountain, the grip that the mediums get you, it's worth to take that little extra risk with the wear and maybe just run 2 laps that are a little bit dicey. But by then you can hopefully the tires will fall away in a way you can kind of predict and account for. But consistency might or give way to contingency today. Depending on the damage people pick up in the initial laps and the VSCs. I know everyone has their initial game plan, but might see plan C through D today, depending.
Yeah.
Does your team actually have a plan C?
We ran, just speaking for B-Ship and Rogue, we definitely have a solid plan A and plan B that run to their strengths, but there is a C for VSCs, and I kind of talk to the drivers and I stress the be comfortable with knowing what your stint is, because if a VSC comes out, my mentality is when I approach them is, if a VSC were to come out, if I were to pit, would I be able to complete the race if I pitted? So if it comes out with 6 laps to go, that can determine whether or not you want to pit or can you stretch it. The pit delta here is around 25 seconds before we account for any fuel. Fuel top off is about a minute. So I think a lot of the newer drivers are starting some of that mental math and acquire or honing that skill. I'm pretty sure anytime a VSE might come out, they'll be doing some very, very quick calculations. And I wish I was in the ear of my drivers tonight, but I'm not. I'm here to just enjoy the ride.
All right, and speaking of which, we're going to get into the race right now, and I'll let Toasty take it away.
All right, so back with the grid start, with the false start. Everyone's gonna have to be careful not to jump the start, not get too used to a rolling where you just keep your foot on the gas. So lights on, and we see a couple jump starts there. That's gonna throw a wrench in the works. Little Jacob
there getting a little eager.
The 2 Subarus, the Bahama team, launching into the lead there, first and second place already. Saw it last week, their incredible launch and acceleration with those slightly shorter gears in 4-wheel drive. Their Ames chasing them down now with 32 behind them in 4th place. Gillibros looked like he was taking a bit of a look on Token Timmy on the inside in turn 2. Had to back out of that, didn't want to stick his nose in. And back at the front, Sir Hames already up to 2nd place. But he's got damage on the rear of the car, it looks like.
Oh yeah, I wonder...
I believe that was at the start. I think Motsky might have tapped him a little hard. I mean, that false start probably... I don't know how you can account for someone false starting in front of you, but I did see a pretty significant hit coming off the line.
Yeah, I did catch that as well. And the grid start in Mount Panorama is very tight. So Motsky not really having the space there to react in time, get out of Sir Hames' way, so...
Yeah, it's a narrow grid and it's not a long way to turn 1, so the cars don't get a chance to spread out very far before you're in a turn. It's a difficult one for sure.
Looking further down the grid, it looks like everyone else kind of... Well, it looks like Lamb King picked up some damage on his front left and his front spoiler. But I don't believe anyone else has picked up damage.
Rogue, the only one starting on softs, it looks like. I did see Racer X opting for the hards.
We were talking about doing some mental calculations as a driver. Sir Hames might be doing that right now. feeling how the car feels with the damage on the rear end. Probably some damage on the diffuser or something that can make the car feel just not right. But
Yeah,
if he's confident enough that he can carry the damage through, then might be able to go onto an alternate strategy, maybe a 2-stop. He was planning a 1.
Yeah, so if you're just joining us, LRC is the Learners Racing Collective. This is our league that we run 3 times a year. The season lasts about 6 to 7 weeks. And right now we just started this season. We're round 2 at Mount Panorama. I will post a link in Discord or any invites for the league, so I'll get that up in a second.
Mr. Hames actually setting the fastest lap there. Doesn't seem like he's having any problems.
Too nasty, getting right up on the bumper of Motsky there, into outside of turn 2, going into the cutting. Looks like he's got a lot more grip in that turn, but isn't able to make anything of it. This is one of the most challenging parts of the track where you have to stay behind someone and BP. Oh no, he makes contact there and gets into the wall.
Yeah, 32 was just trying to. 32 was just trying to avoid him there. Saw him understeering into the wall. Tried to take as much of an inside line as possible. Ended up with damage himself, though.
Yeah, and so Motsky getting lucky there and not getting any damage on his car.
Looks like we might have a VSC from that incident.
Yep. Now VSCs in the league are extremely powerful. It is almost always worth pitting when a VSC happens, but in this case, at lap 3, I'm not so sure. It's kind of like borderline here, whether it's worth it or not. I don't know, what do you guys think?
Well, those on a 1-stop might want to pit anyway, and just turn the remainder of the race into their 1-stop. As in top up some fuel, get new tires, and then split the remaining laps into 2.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea. I think for those who are on shorter or like on a 2-stop, I think it's a little more tricky for them to decide whether or not it's worth pitting at the moment. So 32 Nasty dives into the pits. He's got damage. Let's see, looks like Lamb King is jumping into the pits as well, and Beto as well. We got Killer Pros diving into the pits, and Rogue. So we got several cars coming in, looking to either fix damage or refresh their tires.
The other side of it is that track position is key here on this track. Very important to like the order that you're running in on track. So that's certainly a downside to pitting this early on. 'Cause you lose those positions while you're getting the car serviced, and then it's very difficult to make any of those spots back.
And you see Lamb King, Beto, and I believe it was 32. They all topped up on fuel. Killer Pros topped up on fuel too, and Rogue decided to just switch tires and skip fuel entirely. So taking advantage of the pit stop to leapfrog up into 10th place with fresh tires. So they'll come and catch the back of the virtual safety car train, and once we are all in ready to go and we have last place caught up, I believe Dinosaur, the league organizer, will give it to little Jacob to start the green flag whenever he is able to.
That's right, yeah. So everyone who's after everyone who's wanted to pit has pit, and they're grouped up together again, then little Jacob will control the restart, and he can go whenever he wants as long as he says go when he does so.
Yeah, maybe we should make a rule where like you have to do it by the end of the lap or something, because technically the rules will allow you to just keep going until the race is over, right?
Yeah, I didn't think of that. It's pretty funny. Looks like he's gone though.
Yep, he's gone.
Yeah, definitely chose an advantageous spot for himself right after the dipper. Looks like he's lost a little bit of time back to Sir Hames and his teammate Motsky there, going down Conrad straight to the chase. He was about 1.2 seconds out of Forrest's elbow and down to 3/10. Looks like Motsky, his teammate, is taking a look on the inside. Just a look though. It's interesting that Sir Hames, as he takes the inside line here on little Jacob, we're talking about how much better that inside line is. Has a bit of camber in there and set the car into that banking and launch through into first place. I was just gonna say, it was interesting how he decided not to pit there. We were talking about the track position, and his car felt fine. He's just gonna go with it.
Yeah, and I think that was a good decision. I don't think giving up track position just for the rear spoiler or the diffuse or whatever got damaged there on the rear of his car is worth losing out potentially 10 positions. I think a lot of the cars, based on his top speed, he's still able to make a decent amount of speed and time down Conrad Straight. And I think, yeah, pitting definitely would have been a really bad decision.
Dinosaur making a good move there though through McPhillamy Park. He did the same thing to Motsky that Sir Hames did to him at the sprint race. He saw Motsky go wide and took the opportunity.
Sorry, I had to ban a person from chat because they were just spamming the chat.
Oh.
Alright, so Mossie's got the run on Dinosaur here. Dinosaur's got the inside though. So Mosky, looks like they got the same amount of pace. Mosky might be able to come out in front, but maybe not enough. He's gonna have to back out at turn 2 since he's gonna have the outside there. Less grip and less mechanical grip into the turn. Yep. Tucks in behind Dinosaur. And it looks like Bishop was able to take the inside of Motsky. They're coming up side by side. Motsky backs out. No, sorry, that's Ads. Ads backs out a little bit into the cutting. Great job there by Bishop.
Yeah, it's not often you see a pass up into the cutting like that. It's a very tight section. Able to get just enough ahead where you do back onto the racing line.
So it's great seeing a lot of our viewers here that are relatives of the people who are racing in the league. It's nice for you to come out and support your family members, your friends, and watch them race in the league. Oh, Ads there with a dive down the forest elbow, getting side by side Bishop on the exit onto Conrad straight there. That was really bold.
Bishop though with the straight line speed in that, it's a very quick car for how little it is. Maybe it's just how light it is. Not much weight to accelerate there. Sailed right past, back past Ads. Dinosaur having to defend that third place.
Mosky taking a peek there into the inside of Hell's Corner. But it's tricky there because if you look for an inside, you're going to get a poor exit down the mountain straight. So
Oh,
that
hang on.
allowed...
We got Sir Ames on the inside of little Jacob here.
Oh, I see, yeah. Taking the inside up there at turn 2, taking the lead. So that was little Jacob looking to take the lead, right? I believe Sir Hames was leading the race up until
There's been so much going on, I forget who was in first originally, honestly. But I think Sir Hames just passed for the lead, yeah. He was in second.
Yeah, the one thing I wish GT7 had is better commentary resources and tech so I could see what's going on the track better. Right now, it's like I'm trying to guess where the battles are going on and who's fighting for what. So I saw 32 Nasty PSVR diving into the pits early. I think he came out close to last place. And we got this train here for 8th, 9th, and 10th, and 11th.
Yeah, Mosky drops way back.
Yeah, he's got damage on the front right of his car. Vito's got damage on his front right as well. You can see him losing out to top speed against Racer X when he had that exit from the forest elbow. Continues to stay out though.
Yeah, he does have racing softs on the car. from that virtual safety car pit stop, so probably just relying on the mechanical grip at this point.
Looks like Lamb King's got a run on Beto. Thanks to the damage that he's got. He takes the inside there. He's going to have the advantage going to corner 2. Beto understeers outside, but he's able to stay alongside Lamb King here. Unfortunately, he's not able to defend his position though. Finally gives it up at the cutting. Lamb King into 10th position. So good job, Lamb King. Although it looks like Beto hasn't given up. He's still pretty close to Lamb King's tail. The only problem is, again, it's tough to pass up here in the skyline, and by the time they get down the back straight, Lamb King will be long gone.
Yeah, so Lamb King making up some time there against Racer X. Gonna try for a move here into the chase. Looks like it's taking the inside line. Well, it's a little bit of contact there. Sends Racer X deep. That gives Beto a little bit of an opportunity. Uses that opportunity to catch up to the 2.
Beto taking the inside into turn 1 and looking for a passing opportunity on Lamb King. Is he able to? Lamb King goes wide, allows Beto to take an inside there. But again, I don't know if Beto's going to be able to keep up with Lamb King down the straight because of the damage that he has. It's a huge disadvantage. Lamb King there taking a peek into the inside. I don't think he was thinking about it seriously. So back up further up the grid, we have Ads right behind Dinosaur here, looking for the final podium position. Oh, he goes into the grass there, kind of squirrely. Into the dipper. Keeps his car out of trouble though.
Dinosaur getting very close to the wall on the outside of Forrest's elbow, and adds at a bit of a smoother line, able to keep some more momentum. So he's behind. Under the, has his nose under the rear wing of the Lexus there. Almost pushing him along. Doesn't go for a move though, might be waiting until turn 2.
He's got Bishop right on his tail, so he's taking that inside potentially to guard the inside. Bishop not able to take advantage of that.
Yeah, I was thinking Bishop would be able to get a better line through there than both of them and get past Ads. I wasn't able to take advantage of it though, like you said.
Dinosaur goes deep into the cutting. He's able to recover though. He's got the inside. That was pretty hairy though. He almost lost that position.
Yeah, he's got a lot of understeer on the car now. The front tires are hurting.
Yeah, you can see ads there just putting the pressure onto Dinosaur, swinging back and forth on his rearview mirrors, making that Nissan, I think it is, yeah, Nissan as present in his rearview mirrors as possible.
I feel like V-Ship is waiting in the wings just to see what happens and see if he can capitalize.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
I think he's waiting. Yeah, waiting for a moment that they both have that causes them like a poor exit around a corner or something you can take advantage of.
Yeah, it seems like he's taking it easy right now. It shows with the tire wear. Tires have a lot more life in them right now.
Despite the run that you can get on people down the Conrad straight, it's still pretty tricky to pass in the chase, especially because the person in the lead can position their car in such a way where the person who's just ever so slightly faster has a disadvantage going into that little kink into the chase. It's still pretty tough there.
Right,
like most
yeah,
of
because
the
they have
time-
to take a longer way around a bit, so...
Yeah, and that puts their nose ever so slightly behind the other car. I feel like most passing opportunities need to happen in Conrad straight before that kink there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, in a lot of our sprint races, I think we all like fell into the mentality of like the moment you enter the kink right there is you know if you're gonna be able to pull off that pass or not.
Yeah.
The decision has to be made as soon as you kind of like glimpsed the actual chase corner itself.
So back up at the front, little Jacob is still less than a second behind Sir Hames, fighting for that top position. Both are struggling with their front right tires, it looks like. That thing is just gone
Yeah, I
on
think
both cars.
setting their fastest laps though, even deep into the stint. I wonder if they'll pit at the exact same time or overlap by one. This might come down to fuel depending on who's used more and who's calculated how much they need to get through the rest of the race.
At this point, I think Jacob should potentially try... Oh, he looks to the inside there. And we were just talking about this, trying to make the pass before the kink into the chase, and he makes that pass.
Well done.
Oh my goodness, that was crazy. That was hairy. Makes it
Yeah, he
stick.
had his inside tires bouncing over the curb through the kink there.
Are we gonna see
They
the
both go in.
they both pit.
Yeah, and that was
Wow, this is
crucial to
gonna
get
be
that
great.
track positioning.
Oh!
Oh, getting a little bump there into the pit. That was crucial.
So, Sir Hames has less fuel to put in, but he also has damage to repair.
Yeah, so I think net they're probably going to be coming out of the pit around the same time.
Yeah.
And I think little Jacob getting the track position there was absolutely key, potentially for the rest of this race.
And Az is coming
also
in.
pitting.
Yeah, looking for the undercut for that podium. Dinosaur going another lap.
Let's
Is
take a look at
this where
Dinosaur.
we're gonna see P-Ship make the move?
Everyone is pitting all the way down except Dino, B-Ship, and Timmy.
Yeah, so Dinosaur, he's got no front right, so he's going to have to make this lap really count on that dead tire. I think an overcut is not going to be as powerful as... Oh, what's going on there?
The auto drive for the pit exit
Yeah,
is a
it's
little
wonky.
squirrely.
So Sir Hames able to come out in front of little Jacob.
Right into traffic though.
Yeah, the right in traffic, that's not ideal at all.
Can he hook the inside line? They are technically racing for position.
So it looks like Sir Hames sacrificed some fuel there to get the track position.
Yeah, he's gonna have to fuel save quite a bit if that's gonna be his one stop.
Racer X there getting into the wall.
Yeah, he
Allowing
might
Sir
run
Hames
that.
to pass. But this is not ideal for Jacob, so Jacob stuck behind Killer Pros and Racer X. Sir Hames getting lucky there. Little Jacob does get around Racer X. Now he's got to get around Killer Pros to catch back up to Sir Hames. So we
Got a
might
lot more
have
fuel,
a pretty, yeah, we might have a pretty good closing few laps of the race when Sir Hames has to consider fuel saving, and little Jacob can push more.
I think Dinosaur and Bishop might close the gap significantly depending on how much time they lost. Sir Hames and Jacob caught up in traffic.
That's
Dinosaur
true, yeah.
now pitting.
So Bishop extending for one more lap, and it looks like he's got really great tire wear and fuel, so he's been fuel saving and conserving his tires behind Dinosaur this entire race. He's looking really good in terms of his strategy. All he needs to do is pump out a few, like maybe 1 or 2 fast laps here, and he'll potentially have the lead.
Sets his personal best in Sector 1. I wonder if he's going to go for a medium soft. If he thinks he can extend the mediums that long, I wonder if he can do the same with the softs. That'd be a kind of a hard ass. That'd be 9 laps. But
Yeah.
if he can do 13 on the mediums.
So it looks like little
Yeah,
Jacob
might be
is
doable.
through. I think he passed Killer Pros either turn 1 or turn 23, and now has a 6-second gap to Sir Hames. And Dinosaur, so we got Killer Pros in 5th, adds about, I think, 24 seconds-ish behind little Jacob. And then Dinosaur 2 seconds behind Ad, so Sir Hames and Little Jacob are comfortably in the lead. If Bishop can continue to pump out some fast laps, I think it'll still be a stretch for him to take the lead since they were so far behind.
Yeah, so the undercut worked for ads. He's up into like you said, ahead of Dino. I think the next one to make their stop is going to be Beto here. Low on fuel and has some damage. The front right soft tire has seen some better days.
And Bishop dives into the pit as well. We'll see if he takes a soft, I think. Depending on, based on what we've seen with his tire wear on the medium, I think soft does make a lot of sense here.
Yeah, in our private chat, he was saying he can only get about 8 laps. I am extremely interested to see what is going to happen here.
Yeah,
This
so we'll
was,
see. Yeah, so we'll see when he comes out, if he comes out ahead of Ads and Dinosaur. So Ads making his way down to turn 23 as we speak.
Oh, Az is going to be well ahead.
Bishop does opt for the softs.
Oh, Bishop exits the pit just as Ads goes by. But they both get ahead of Dinosaur.
Wow, Sir Hames is just extending that lead. Past 8 seconds now. Back to Little Jacob.
I guess the question is he doing it while saving enough fuel? Or is he going to have to aggressively fuel save towards the end of the race?
Well, we know Killiprose is gonna have to pit pretty soon, if not this lap. So that puts Ads effectively in third.
Yeah, Dinosaur was desperately trying to hold on to that podium position, but has now lost out against both Ads and Bishop. We'll see if Killiprose dives into the pits. And there he goes.
Oof.
Yeah, I was gonna say he does.
Ads and Bishop within a second of each other still.
Oh, 32 putting in the fastest lap.
Great recovery drive so far from him. I believe he went down to last after lap 2 or lap 5 when we had the VSC, so making his charge back up.
Yeah, he was close to the back after his pit stop for repairs.
So Rogue currently in 8th. I think that is his best position so far. But he's got damage on the front right there, and Motsky is looking to capitalize on his damage. He's getting really close here to the cutting. Looking to get side by side here. Oh, gets contact there on the outside of, I believe that is turn 6.
Yeah, I don't think Rogue expected him to be on the outside going into Reed Park. The very high-speed, narrow section, that right-hander.
And frankly, that's not a great place to attempt an overtake. Going a little wide there into the dipper. You can visually see losing some time to Rogue there. Make some slight contact into the right barrier on the exit of Forest Elbow.
.32 looks like he's really closed the gap up to Dinosaur. There's a yellow flag being thrown somewhere.
Oh, that was Sir Hames down in
like
4th now. And he has damage on the front left. Oh no.
Oh wow.
Let's see if I got that on replay.
Yeah, it looks to me like he might have spun it on the exit. Turn 1. Maybe got too much on the curb.
Wait, where is he?
He's in the runoff of turn 1.
He went way into the runoff there.
Ooh, a risky rejoin as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Might have compromised Bishop's line. That is extremely unfortunate for a race leader.
And so it looks like 32 Nasty PSVR also got around Dinosaur as we were looking at that replay there. Dinosaur struggling to keep his position. I don't know what happened there. He's just struggling to keep pace with his car.
Yeah, I think 32 made up about a second on the last 2 laps to Dinosaur, so just waiting for the right opportunity, I guess, to get past, and now has 2 seconds on him.
Yeah, if we look at his lap times for lap 14 and 15, 14.7's nearly identical compared to Dino's 2:17 and 2:20.
Oh, yeah.
Gobs of time just being eaten back up.
Yeah, so 32 Nasty PSVR here looking for a run and potentially able to, at this pace, maybe even secure a podium position. We'll see. So Sir Hames is running 2:15.5s-ish, made that mistake in the last lap, and then Bishop also, his last lap was a 2:16. So if Nasty can continue these 14s, I think he'll be in a good position. But he's running out of laps here. We have about 6 laps left. And it seems like he's about 6 seconds from the podium position.
Oh man, it's very doable.
That's close. It's close.
Yeah, even just a conservative estimate of a lap per second, or a second per lap, my apologies. That's well within the podium range.
It looks like Bishop is catching up to Ads just as quickly as 32 was the Dinosaur. Bishop with those somewhat fresh, soft tires, Ads with the front right struggling a bit already. So if they start battling, this is going to help 32 even more.
That's right. It'll also bring Sir Hames into the mix. So hopefully little Jacob can maintain his lead and hope for the best and have anyone who's potentially contending for first place to just battle it out for second. I mean, little Jacob has a very comfortable lead as well. He's almost 20 seconds ahead of Ads, so I think he's quite comfortably in the lead at the moment.
Yeah, he can just cruise around at this point.
Mount Panorama, though, is one of those tracks where if you have a lapse in concentration for even a split second, it could completely ruin your race. I mean, we saw that with Sir Hames. I wasn't able to see what actually happened to him into turn 1, but something as simple as accelerating a split second earlier than you should at the cutting could result in your car being turned around, and then you have to Austin Powers your car out of there. It's like a 30-second time loss there.
Bishop really closing in now. I think he's going to be right on the rear bumper of that Sylvia. Went over the mountain.
Bishop is nursing those softs. He's got 70% almost on the front right there. He's got plenty of tire wear in the reserves to be able to battle it out with Ads.
Yeah, Ad's really struggling with his front right. I feel like he's understeering a little bit more. Just as I said. Commentator's curse, my apologies, Ads.
Oh, and he got damaged too. So this gives Bishop even more of an advantage. And that's maybe what precisely Bishop was hoping for, is just to pressure Ads into a mistake. Make it easier for him to overtake. But Bishop also can't relax because he's got Sir Hames right on his tail. So there's no room for error there.
Yeah, everyone behind ads kind of closed up to him a bit there. Bishop had to back off a bit after he saw the Nissan heading for a wall.
Oh,
Ad's
Ad's
going
there.
Oh,
Oh, we're
three
going
wide.
3 wide into turn 1. Oh my goodness, Ads has the inside. Bishop takes the outside. He's able to maintain his speed. And looks like Sir Hames able to squeeze through in between them.
Yeah, that was a difficult one to read from Bishop because Ads went wide and then came back across the track to the inside wall, to the pit wall. So had to maneuver the car just in avoidance, and Sir Hames took advantage of that.
And for 3 wide into turn 1, that was really clean for all 3 of them. So props to them.
Yeah.
And now Ads is going to become a victim of Nasty soon. That damage has really made him vulnerable. I mean, he was looking at keeping the podium position potentially, and now he's fighting for keeping his 4th position. He'll be dropped back to 5th if Nasty passes him, so it's rough.
Ooh. Don't know if that was lag, but looked like there was a little bit of a bump.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw too. Looks like Ad's got into the back of Bishop. I'd be surprised if 32 doesn't make a move here into the chase. Looks like he's got a lot of speed. There we go, before he even gets there.
Yep. And Bishop was looking to make a move on Sir Hames there into the chase, but wasn't able to make it stick. Oh, and
Ooh.
Nasty into the grass there. Oh, he's able
Good
to keep it on the
recovery.
track, but is he going to get a penalty for that? It looks like he potentially intentionally slowed down to avoid getting a track limits penalty there. I don't know if you can get one there though. I don't know if you cut the grass, it gives you a penalty because it's certainly not faster. Ad's there getting into the grass for Hell's Corner, and again with that damage, does not have a good top end speed, and Nasty gets by pretty comfortably.
Yeah, one thing you gotta be careful about with such a powerful headwind down a long straight like that, the slipstream becomes an even more powerful effect. So you gotta really compensate the braking zone. Your entry speed is gonna be way above what it usually is.
Yeah.
Get that, just caught him out. Made him go
So
deep.
Motsky and Token Timmy here going side by side in turn 2. Token Timmy with the inside, and Beto with the inside as well slips through, taking advantage of Motsky there, understeering on the outside of turn 2. His front right completely dead. So maybe that was inevitable.
Ooh. Looks like Motsky might have had a hit. Nope. Comes away unscathed.
He did make contact with the barrier there, but got lucky. That front right is really not letting him maintain any sort of grip through Frog's Hollow.
Ugh. Salt in the wound, a 2-second penalty.
Yeah, no, right. So further down the grid, we have Rogue Nipra in 10th place. A really good position by him. He has damage on both the front right tires,
Yeah,
but
just
he's
snuck a
able
peek
to
at his
make
last
it
times.
work. Yeah. He's able to make it work. Kilobros also has damage on the front right. Just the wheel, though. About 4 seconds back, Lamb King is in 12th. Followed by Racer X in 13th place.
Scanning to see if anyone's unscathed. I think everyone has one notch or two of damage.
Yeah, it looks like Bishop and 32 are the only ones that don't have any damage at the moment, and they're fighting each other. Bishop is going to be under a whole lot of pressure coming over the mountain. Second to last lap.
Yeah, Nasty is hungry for that podium position, that podium finish. Oh, touches the wall there. Loses a lot of time outside of Frog's Hollow into the skyline. Luckily, no damage. Bishop finishing in third last race is looking to finish in third today and potentially higher.
Hames has been carrying damage on the car pretty much the entire race, but in different areas.
Yeah, and he's still been really quick, so it hasn't really slowed him down that much. It's really surprising. Like, Bishop had a really hard time trying to overtake him with soft tires and no damage.
I think as we say that, though, Bishop might be lining up a move.
Sir Hames takes the inside there, almost parks it on the apex, preventing
Bishop has a big
Bishop.
advantage right now. He has much more fuel than either of them, so those two are going to have to short shift like crazy to get through this last lap. Bishop gaining a little time there up to Sir Hames. Isn't able to get alongside into turn 2 though.
Sir Hames goes a
They
little
have to wait a
wide
bit.
there. Oh, touches
Oh,
the
yeah.
barrier. Oh man, with this kind of battle in the last lap, this is absolutely insane. And like you said, Bishop with the advantage here with a lot more fuel is probably going to be able to use most of it down the Conrad straight to make a pass.
Yeah, you got Sir Hames in front with the track position advantage, Bishop with the tire advantage and the fuel, and 32 with the tire advantage. So it's
They go through the
Each of
dipper
them
for
have-
one last time.
different things working for them here, and yeah, gonna see who ends up on top.
All right,
Sir Hames
Bishop
goes a
getting
little
a good
wide. This
exit
might
there.
be it.
Sir Hames tucks behind Bishop to stay in that slipstream to defend against 32 Nasty. I think his only hope now is just to defend against Nasty. I think he's gonna have a hard time trying to take back that second position, but Sir Hames right now fighting for his life for that final podium position. So little
32
Jacob right
running on-
now. Oh
running
no,
on
they
fumes
both go
right
off.
now.
Oh no, 32
Oh.
Nasty gets past Sir Hames. So little Jacob crosses the line right now in first place. And we got a squabble here for a second. 32 Nasty in the, oh
no.
my goodness.
You gonna have enough fuel to cross?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Sir
wow.
Hames
Sir
takes it
Hames.
by like, oh my god, it was like a hundredth of a second.
0.043.
I
Oh
think
my
that's what
goodness.
happened. I think 32 ran out just before the line.
Oh my god. That was intense.
Wow.
So Ads finishes up in 5th. I almost missed the little Jacob crossing the finish line because we're so like fixated on that battle for 2nd place. Apologies to Jacob there on his win. So congratulations to Jacob.
Another battle at the line.
Side by side into the finish. Oh my god. Followed by Beto.
And Beto's in the mix.
Rogue Nipa with a top 10 finish.
Yeah, well done, Rogue.
Well done, Rogue. With damage to both of his front tires, able to leap, not to limp across the finish line there.
Yeah, and I think he stretched the 2 soft stints to a 1-stop, so
yeah.
Great management with damage and tires.
So Racer X and Lamb King are going side by side on the Conrad Straight. Racer X making a last-minute pass here. So Killapro's crossing the line at 11th place. Racer X just overtook Lamb King to get that last the 12th position there, picking up a point. Lamb King taking a look at the inside though, backs out because he doesn't have that. Oh, but he's got a run on him. They're going side by side into the finish line. Oh my god, Racer X.
Wow.
Oh my god, so close.
Another finish less than a 10th.
God.
My goodness.
It was basically 3 photo finishes in one race finish.
That was crazy.
Little Jacob, well done and happy birthday. Clean race from pole.
All right, so let's go over the results one more time.
Rogue instantly into the Twitch chat.
All right, so we got little Jacob. Congrats to the 1st place by a very convincing lead, almost 17 seconds. So the battle for 2nd place is incredibly tight. We have Sir Hames just taking it. I think it was 0.04 of a second in front of 32 Nasty, and quickly followed behind Bishop. And then we have Ads rounding up the top 5. Dinosaur in 6th, Token Timmy in 7th, Mosky in 8th. Again, Token Timmy and Mosky just nearly side by side across the finish line. Beto in 9th, great debut race by Beto. Rogue Nipra with his, I think, best finish of the league at 10th. Killapros in 11th, and then Racer X and Lamb King, both extremely tight race there at the end. So congrats to everyone racing.
Yeah, that was an incredible one to watch, and racing down to the very, very end. Literally the last few hundredths of a second.
Yeah, that was intense. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to end the stream here, and we'll pick it back up in about 15 minutes, I think, or maybe about half an hour, because we think we ended a little early. So any closing words, Toasty and Aline?
I hope my race is not as dramatic as that, honestly. I'm really hoping for a quiet race.
You know, boring is good. Boring is good for racing.
Phenomenal management by all the drivers, even with damage and alternating. I can't imagine everyone stuck to their original strategy, but if they did, incredible job. If they adapted, fantastic job. You really can't ask for a better race than 3 photo finishes. So yeah. Great drive, everyone.
Toasty, any closing words? Comments?
Yeah, again, it was just really interesting to watch, figure out the strategies that people were going for. We saw a lot of different strategies that were very close, of course, at the end. So yeah, always something that we want to see for the commentators, of course, for the spectators, viewers. This is such a close race between many different takes on it.
Yep.
Yeah, of course, very a bit more stressful for the drivers. Alan's saying, be better for him in Group 3 for it to be a bit of a lonely race, a bit more boring for him. But again, that's not what we want to see, right?
Oh no, I'll rise to whatever challenge comes up. But how do you calm your nerves for your own race? That's I'm gonna go have a drink of water, guys. I will see you guys on the other side,
All right.
hopefully.
Good
All
luck,
right.
Alan.
Best of luck. Yeah.
Yeah. So Alan will be participating in the GR3 race, and Tosi will be joining me again for commentating on the GR3 race. So once more, thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.